What's up, guys? Welcome to the Crypto Savvy channel. I am Craig, and we are going to be going over the charts, talk about what's going on, where I think we're headed. We'll also get into the smaller time frame. We'll start out with the bigger time frame. We'll start out looking at DXY. Let me get that over there. But before we begin, if you guys would take a second out, make sure you smash that thumbs up. Leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think of the video when it's over. Also, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already for daily updates. Sorry, been busy last 2 days. Didn't get a video out. We're trying to get the yard ready to get the grass in. So anyways, let's get into it. Let's talk about what's going on. We'll also take a look at BNB, XRP, Ethereum, LITECOIN, and the bubble pop patterns and how they're playing out at the end of the video. So definitely stick around for the whole thing. Let's get into it. So the DXY, guys, we're watching two things here. We were watching the falling wedge. Oh, and another thing, for those of you that think I'm a perma bear, I actually am going to be very bullish when it's time to be bullish, which is not yet, in my opinion. Remember, none of this is financial advice, but I did get a hat to wear right here. I will be wearing this when it's time. To me, it is not time yet. Excuse me, guys. So let's look at what's going on. So the DXY, we had this white falling wedge here. We had the yellow one right here. Now we can take measured moves from both of these to get our possible targets. So if we go from the yellow one right here, the dotted line, that gets us to 109, right? That doesn't mean we shoot straight up in one candle, but this is the target I'm looking for. As long as we can break this 106.77 resistance. And if this does happen, that's going to be major downside for all markets, in my opinion. As you guys know, I think we are in the midst of the biggest money grab in history. Now, a lot of people ask what I mean by that. Well, what I mean by that is smart money, the big players, are going to be taking the little guys' money by getting them drawn into the market, which they've been doing for years now, and then just pulling the rug and absolutely devastating markets, right? I do think it's going to be ugly for those that are stuck in the markets. Now, does that mean doom and gloom? Absolutely not. That is the biggest opportunity of our lifetime if it happens. So be aware of that. Now, do I think it's going to bottom and then shoot straight to the moon? Absolutely not. I think it's going to be a long, slow grind back up. But if you get in at the bottom of these markets, I'm not just talking about Bitcoin, I'm talking about all these markets. If you get in at the bottom, it's a slow grind all the way up. You'll make money for a very long time. So let's take a look at the next target, looking at the white falling wedge right here. If we take a measured move from the widest point of the wedge, which is right here, we bring it over to the breakout on the white trend line, that gets us to around 115, which would be a double top here. Now, if things continue to get worse for markets and better for the DXY, we have much higher targets awaiting, but we'll be keeping updated on this channel. So let's take a look at the monthly. So our monthly close, obviously bearish as heck. Remember, the area to break this bear market would be around 33,000, this low wick here. Now, a lot of people like to talk about we're getting higher highs and higher lows. Well, that's incorrect. Looking at the macro, here was our high, here was our low, here's our lower high, here's our lower low, here's our lower high again. I think one more is coming. I've showed you guys that on this right here on the RSI. We never touched the bottom here. We get a little boost up. I think we will be coming back down to retest this bottom trend line on the monthly. It may come quick. It may take some time. As you guys know that have been watching my videos, I have been saying since December 2nd, 2021, that I believe the bottom would be in September or October of this year. I still think that is a great possibility, even though it could take a little longer. But what does it matter if we still make lower lows, right? Let's take a look at the weekly. So as you guys know, I have this falling wedge count. You can use this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or a B, C, D, E, right? After the E is usually when you get your bounce up. Where I think that is going to be is somewhere between 37,000 and 97,000. I do believe that's where this last wave down is going to go in the macro, right? But remember, there's always bounces. So just be aware that, you know, like all the FOMO with the ETF, right? Guys, how many times are we gonna, how many times are you guys gonna fall for all that BS? It's all in the charts. The news is noise. I've explained this so many times. News is made for hype pumps and hype dumps, right? It's just that they put out the news as an excuse of why the markets moved, when really why the markets moved. It happens in traditional markets too. The real reason it moves is because someone either shorted it and then put out bad news, or they longed it, put out good news. But it's not, the markets are being controlled by huge money. Once you learn that, it will make so much more sense to you that the news is just noise. Usually when you hear the news, it's too late to do whatever the news told you to do. Just my opinion. We've been talking about this for years, and it's been playing out over and over. So, but as you guys see, we have this MACD bearish cross on the weekly. Does look like we are headed down to these lows as we've been expecting. Now, if you watched last Tuesday's video, right, I even put a tweet out about it. We had this target right here for the retest of that wedge. We went up, excuse me. Got a damn tickle in my throat, sorry. But we went up just a little above it, but we were looking for a rejection here. I did put in some shorts here. And this is the long-term chart, right? If you remember, way back here, we called this top about 3 weeks before it happened, almost to the exact number. And then we had this wave 1, wave 2, and then we called the 3, the 4, and the 5. I thought the 5 would go a little bit lower, but nevertheless, we called all this. And once we topped here, we broke this blue trend line. I told you, bear market big time, and that is exactly what happened. We called all these targets all the way down. If you guys watch, I know a lot of you have been around for that time and understand how this works and have probably made a lot of money. Now, I thought we were going to go a little bit lower for the false bottom here. We got our false bottom at the 15 right here. If you guys remember, I've actually had these targets in, and you can go back and check my video, for a very long time, right? We nailed this one. These were put in way before they happened, right? When that happened here, this one here, we put these in back here in, you know, the beginning of 22 when all this happened. And they're all measured moves. You can go back and look at the videos if you want to learn how to do it. The reason I make these videos is to show people that the markets aren't as difficult as people make them out to be. And they're not just going to go up forever and make you rich, right? Yet. So once we break this 25 area, guys, we can look at this as a rising broadening wedge on the daily, and we'll get into the 4 hour. Be patient. But you look at the measured move here, and where does that get you? Get you right around that 97 to 10.5 range. Like I said, these are bounce areas, though. Of course, we're going to bounce here. People are going to call a double bottom, going to the moon. But if we touch here, we'll probably get a bounce around that for a while. Once this breaks, it's going to be a capitulation, I believe, down to 37 to 9,700. If you guys are interested in trading, check this out. They do sponsor the channel, and we have promo codes in there to get you some bonuses. Check them out.
Begin your path to financial freedom. Gain up to a $7,000 bonus on us. Register and use promo code. Deposit and enjoy a 7% bonus. Available now. Link in the description.
All right, guys. Don't forget, Savvy 50 will get you up to a $7,000 bonus. Use towards your margin. Savvy 25 will get you 25% off your fees. Awesome exchange, guys. You can trade Forex, gold, crypto, silver, oil, S&P, Dow Jones, everything all from one exchange. They have great chart layouts. Definitely check them out. By far, my favorite exchange. They don't trade against you like the scam exchanges that trade their own crypto. Be careful with that. And look up A-Book and B-Book exchanges, and you make your decision from there. All right, so here's the 4 hour, right? I want to show you first, from this low to this high, we put in our Fibonacci retracement, right? So we'll look at where these are at, but let's zoom in. So these were targets from way back here when we topped out, right? We did drop below the 26.1. That seems to be our new resistance. We talked about this on Tuesday's video. You can see, go back and watch it. But the 382 is current support, right? That's around 25.6. We got a couple wicks below. And I told you, if we can hold above that, then I would look for the 236, which was 28,000. Go back and listen. Guys, if you listen to these videos all the way through, you won't get the fear, the FOMO, all that stuff about what's going on, right? So make sure you listen all the way through. There's so much information on these and people miss because they want to look at a thumbnail and make a judgment, or they want to watch the first 5 minutes and make a judgment. Those of you that stuck around are gonna get to understand these markets much better. All right. Sorry about the rant. Some people are just so infatuated with these YouTubers and stuff that are constantly bullish, and they get so many views because people want to hear that, right? They want to hear that the price is going to go up. Nothing but up. The fact is, that's not how markets work, and I'm trying to show you how you can get a view of the markets. I'm not telling you to do what I do, go by my every number, right? What I'm telling you is, if you watch these videos, you will learn the movements of markets, why they move and how they move, right? Every video has a lesson in it. So anyways, this was the number we had. If we broke this going down, we can move this up now. And where does that lie? Right there at that 25.6, guys, which is our 0.382 retracement, 25.6. If we break this, guys, of course, we may go down, bounce around for a little bit, but nevertheless, the next major fib is around 23.666. And maybe we get a bounce like we did back here, come back up, retest this 26 area before coming down. We'll be keeping up on this. I will be putting out videos. And remember, I may start some live streams again where I go over the coins or the stocks of the viewer's choice while we're live. So if that sounds interesting, make sure you put live in the comments below. I will be doing that again. Like I said, I'm getting settled into the new home. Once we're totally settled, I can concentrate more on that stuff, right? But if this breaks, guys, it does look like we're coming down much lower. And let's just put a target in. We'll go off of these here, right? Let's just go off of that just for reference. So what would this get us? This would get us to approximately 22.3. Nevertheless, guys, I think we're going much, much lower here. These people calling for 48K. I just don't see it. But yeah, this is where we're at. If we break this 25.6, would probably be a good place to short. Now, remember, it can wick up, once it goes below, it can wick up above. So make sure you put some stops in there. But either way, this is not looking bullish at all, in my opinion. So be careful, guys. BNB, we've talked about this since way back, way back. And I think we started talking about it in November of last year, right? That it was looking a lot like FTX, FTT, patterns, guys. Markets play in patterns. I don't care what's going on. I don't care what the news is, whatever. The news is just excuses for the moves. The moves follow patterns. I told you to watch out. BNB is going to be in trouble. Didn't know what, and I told you that. I don't know what's going on, what's happening, but it's bad news. Well, it's starting to play out now. We've hit all our targets. Let's zoom into this area right here and see what's happening. Boom, I told you. The only way this gets bullish is if we get back above this, which is going to be approximately 23 or 243.50, or if it gets up here, bounces around, it gets above that 275 again, then maybe you can be bullish on it. But guys, we hit our first target at 202. Our next target, once we break 202, is 148. Once 148 breaks, that doesn't mean straight down, although it could, but you may get a bounce here at this 148, which is just a measured move. Looking at this as a bear flag, right? We take the flag pull from here, bring it down, bam. This target, how did we get to 202? Well, from this rising channel. Take the width of the channel, bring it to where it broke, and look at that. It got us our target. Like I said, once this 202 breaks, 240 or 148 is my target. Once the 148 breaks, 67. If that breaks, I think Binance is done. XRP playing out exactly as we talked about, guys. This white trend line, we have never seen a weekly open or close above it, right? And that's exactly what happened here. That's why the X's are here. I put this out a long time ago. People called me crazy. XRP to $10, blah, blah, blah. This thing is a dying penny stock pattern, right? I'm not saying it's a penny stock. I'm saying it's the same pattern. This thing is garbage, in my opinion. I know there's a lot of XRPers that are going to hate on this video. And if you're one of those, put a thumbs down or, whatever. Watch for the comments down below, guys. This thing is in massive trouble. Guys, it was $4 back here. This was a hype pump that failed miserably. They didn't fail. It made a lot of people money, right? The people that are smart. This one went all the way to $1.97. And back here, if you watch my videos, we were calling for it to get back down to 25, right? I do think we are going to at least 25, possibly 4 cents if it goes down that low. And guys, remember, it's a good thing to trade probably still. It'll have nice bounces. It always has hype bounces, right? They're just never getting higher than the prior. So just be careful. Ethereum, this is what we're looking for now. Unless Ethereum can get back above, but around the 1850 range, my next target for Ethereum is right around here, 1436. If 1436 breaks, you have one high volume node here, about 1280. Once that breaks, 920, 280, and possibly as low as 114. Let's see how bad it gets. Litecoin, look at that. I told you, if we break 7810, look for 60. Bam, nailed it. If this breaks, guys, our next targets are 15 to 25 bucks, and if those break, much lower. Bubbles, they always return to where they began, right? Bubble pop pattern. Look at this pattern. Amazon compared to Bitcoin, right? Right here, we had a false bottom, 100% rally. It doesn't look that big, but it was a 100% rally. Just like this was a 100% rally. Told you guys we would get a false bottom, bear market rally, and then true bottom, right? That is what I'm waiting for here. You can see where the bubble began, right here, and usually comes back down to where it began. Showed you on the weekly trend line here. Once this broke, that would be false bottom. That's what happened, false bottom. Weekly trend line, false bottom. Rolling over, coming back down, right? If we zoom in here, you can see head and shoulders on the RSI. We are heading down, guys. Nintendo bubble pop pattern. 15 years, still it's over 15 years now, still has not made a new all-time high. False bottom, big rally, bear market rally. Look at these patterns, guys. I have been warning people so much of this. I get so much hate for it. All I'm trying to do is help you see the markets better. Bubble pop, Sony, over 20 years, still hasn't made a new all-time high, guys. That's why I'm saying it could be decades before you see a new all-time high in Bitcoin. Very possible. I know you don't like to hear it because all the people got you believing, mass adoption, ETF, blah, blah, blah. This thing is just a traded asset as of right now, right? Same thing, though. You can see the bubble pop pattern always returns to where it began. I'm trying to drill this in your head so you guys can watch for this stuff in the macro. Now, in the smaller time frames, a lot of trading can happen. You can make so much money whether markets are going up or down. It doesn't matter if you learn to trade. Check out Prime XBT. I have the link down below. Yeah, guys, be careful out there. Be careful who you're listening to. A lot of people, like I said, if they're just talking about the fundamentals, the blah, 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 they really don't understand the markets or the charts. So be careful out there, guys. Smash those thumbs up. Leave your comments below, and I will see you in the next video. Oh, yeah, there's a Discord link down below, too. Check out all the links down below. My Twitter's down there. All that helps support the channel. And check out these videos up top right now. Great information here. The bubble pop pattern video and a Prime tutorial. Take it easy, guys. I'm out.